Hello again, everybody. Welcome back. Bruce with Diamond Gems 45 here. And as you can tell, this is not Strongsville. But I do want to say a thank you to everybody that went there and took the time to make videos about it, whether it was on the floor, um, things that were going on after the show, like the trade night, showcase showdown, just the YouTube get together. Everything that had to do with Strongsville was really well received by me. I appreciate it wholeheartedly, and I know I speak for a lot of guys that watched and feel the same way. Really liked the show day display case footage, which is just makes you want to call up the Best Western in Strongsville and make reservations for next year. But we'll see. I do want to get to the Midwest Monster Show in Indianapolis in June. And of course, I plan on attending the National in Chicago in July. And hopefully, if not Indianapolis, at the National, I can meet a lot of you guys and say hello and say thank you for all you do. And anyway, that's that. One of the reasons I like vintage cards is the ins and outs of how they printed cards in series. Double prints, short prints, what have you. It's just, that nuts and bolts of the hobby, which makes some cards of some guys, even more valuable than maybe their rookie card. And even, you talk about the high numbers, and even some sets, it's not really the high numbers, like 50 Bowman. I believe it's the low numbers, 53 Bowman color. There's about 12-ish cards from somewhere like 115 to 125, somewhere in there, that are the tough series to get. And we lost, to me, the hobby lost something starting in 1974 when they started printing one of each card, and there's no built-in scarcity, built-in value to the short printed stuff. Anyway, to that end, one of the most famous high number series comes in the 1967 top set. And our good buddy, White Sox fan card collector, is starting a series on the high numbered run in 1967, which, 1952 being the toughest of the high numbers to get as far as Topps is concerned, and 66 is extremely tough. 67 is very tough due to all the short prints, double prints, what have you. Rumors of the print run only being sold on, east of the Mississippi, that type of thing. But he's going to run down all the cards from 534, Hank Bauer, all the way to Tommy John. And I just like to put my 2 cents worth in with my high number that I have from that series. It's the 1967 Mike Shannon in a PSA 8. Like you've probably heard before on my channel, I put together a 1967 Topps starting lineup run of 8 players, from Brock to Dal Maxfield and everybody in between. Hopefully I tried to get them all at least 8s, and I did. The Flood's an 8.5, the Brock's an 8.5. I have a Gibson that's an 8.5, but everybody else is an 8, and I'm really proud of that set. That's the best Cardinal team in my lifetime, the 1967 Cardinal team. Anyway, this is card 605 of the Topps 1967 set. One of the high numbers. Not particularly that hard to find, not as hard as maybe the Schellenbach and the Willis, which is very difficult to find, which has another cardinal on it. And just, a nice piece of the hobby, knowing that I have something that's really somewhat desirable and somewhat hard to find, but not that particularly hard to find. But maybe in this condition, it's a little tougher. Not too far off center, right to left, and really proud to own this one. And I, like I said, I love the high numbers in any set, and I think they're very desirable. Anyway, Mike Shannon was a employee of the Cardinals one way or another from 1962 to 2021. He was either a player, front office guy, broadcaster, and he was one of the most popular Cardinals of all time because he was there for just so long. He's hometown guy in St. Louis, and after his playing days lived on the east side of the Mississippi for the most part, from what I'm told. And he would say things on the radio like, "I'd give my right arm to be ambidextrous," and that type of thing. So not maybe up to Yogi Berra's standards, but Mike had his own sayings, and ground ball to short, he'd go up, over, and O-U-T. And all the home runs, get up, get up, get up. And take a ride on that one, big boy. So Mike Shannon was a beloved person in St. Louis, and a beloved Cardinal, and all the fans liked him for what he did on the radio and on the field. So one time I was listening to KMOX open line on an evening. God, it might have been in the wintertime, and Mike was covering a 2-hour shift on the radio, and somebody called in and said, "Mike, why is the infield fly rule only first and second, and first, second, and third, and not first and third or second and third?" And his answer was, "Because it's not." So there, that's Mike Shannon. Look, thanks. I'm going to put White Sox fan card collector's information in the description, so you can click over to his channel and like and subscribe his stuff if you haven't already. And hope everybody gets home safely from Strongsville, drives safely to the next show. Thanks for listening to me today, and click like, click subscribe, and once again, so long for just a while.